Okay, time for group subjects. And when all my kids were little, I actually did most of our stuff together in group subjects because I didn't have enough independent learners. So it looks very different because now I mostly have independent learners. So I just do as not as much group stuff anymore. So it's a little different than what it used to be. So I still love doing read aloud. That's my favorite. And we have been reading the Little House on the Prairie series, and we are to Little Town on the Prairie. Laura's all grown up, and it's super cute. Well, she's like 16 or something. I can't remember exactly. Something like that. She's a teenager, and so we're just a little bit in it. So we'll just keep reading that this semester and term. So we have 2 more books after that, but we've really liked it, and it's funny because it's so funny because so I just have the 3 boys and Tess that I'm doing this group stuff with. And I was a little bit worried because I thought this was like a kind of a girly series. But it's so fun, and they're hunting, and they have to survive and do lots of stuff outdoorsy that makes it awesome. And we were reading, The Long Winter. And I didn't think anybody was really listening or paying attention because they do stuff with their hands and like whatever, I'm reading, you're here. And I go to finish it, and it left on the biggest cliffhanger. And my one son goes, "Well, you can't stop now." And so we finished that book a lot sooner than I had anticipated because, like, my boys really got into it as well. So it took a little bit to get into it, but once we've been into it, it's been a lot of fun. So I read that every day. Let's see. On Mondays, we do art this year, and I have done art studies that like are about a particular artist and getting to know them and some of their great works. But I found this really fun book. So this isn't it. The other one's coming, but it will look like this. And it is called Pictures That Everybody Should Know. And I'll talk about this one. But like they're cool old books that are just beautiful. And so I thought it would be fun to go through some of the pictures and read a little bit about them, look up the pictures, maybe look up a little bit about the artists, make it really fun. But I love having something for them to do while they're doing listening, and I was going to have them doing art projects, but one of my darlings was like, I really don't want to. So they all voted this, origami. So they will be making origami, I feel like Vanna White, or no, like a Price is Right girl. They will be making, apparently not a very good one, they will be making origami on, like, while I read about art stuff, so that'll be a lot of fun. I think origami's a blast. One time for my sister's birthday, we just each like take a turn, and so she wanted money, so we got like dollar bills or 5s or something, and we did origami and butterflies, and I found this terrible statue, and we made butterflies all over it, and that's what we did for school one day. I was like, this was fantastic. Okay, Tuesday, favorite day of the week because it is poetry and tea time, and our tea is usually Kool-Aid, hot chocolate, sometimes Martinelli's during winter time, like New Year's time, that sparkling cider comes out. But we also do, like, I've done water with food coloring, which was a big hit. Not really. They were not excited about that. But we always have tea and crumpets. So some type of drink and some type of like Cheez-Its. That's a big hit. Goldfish. So usually I go grocery shopping on Monday, and whomever comes with me gets to pick the snack for the next day, and that's usually a big fun thing to do. So anyway, this year we are going to be doing American poetry. Kind of fun since Brigham's studying American history to do American poets. And the book series I love, it's called Poetry for Young People, and it's super awesome because it will give like a little history or something you can read about, and then it will talk about the poems. So this one's a Walt Whitman. We like to say Walt Whitman. I hear America singing, and then if it has words that you might not be familiar with, it explains what they are, or a phrase that doesn't get used, like this is what that phrase meant. Then it usually has some artwork. So we drink our tea and read that, and then because I have food, I can get away with doing 2 subjects. So we usually do composers. This year I thought it'd be super fun because I found these cool books of operas that every child should know. And I'm still torn on which opera we're going to do. I'm kind of leaning towards The Magic Flute by Mozart, just because my kids, like my husband and I went and saw it with my mother-in-law last year. They're familiar with the music, But if we can go back to movie theaters anytime soon, I know sometimes they will broadcast stuff from the Met to movie theaters. So I thought if I can find, if they're doing that, then we'll study whatever opera will be coming, and then we'll go to the theater and watch like live from the Met. So anyways, I thought that would be super fun. Wednesday, we do David Livingstone. Have you ever seen that, Dr. Livingstone, I presume? So he is a Scottish explorer that was exploring a lot of Africa. I love these stories. They're Christian heroes then and now. To be honest, the first time I read David Livingstone, I felt so bad for his poor wife, because he would want to explore and then he'd come back and get the poor thing pregnant again and then go explore some more. And I thought, oh my goodness, but for some reason the book doesn't bug me as much this time. Maybe I have a different perspective I'm reading it with. But they do an African puzzle, which is really fun. So all the countries are their own puzzle piece, putting it together. We've even done, I think I have it right here. Yes, the Good and the Beautiful have their geography flashcards. So can you see that? That's the top part of Africa. So they would go through Western Sahara, Morocco, Algeria, Tanzania, Libya, Egypt, Sudan. And they would do just practice different ones and being able to be more familiar with Africa. The reason we're studying Africa is because my husband travels there a lot, and he hopes as soon as travel's opened up again, he'll be going back. And the kids and I are really hoping that we can go with them one of these times. So that makes them really excited to study African geography. And we've even added in African stories and whatnot to kind of really get immersed with some of the African culture. More like African, not fairy tales, like folklore, I don't know, old-timey stories passed down. But we found some really cool books we've done with that too. Okay, Thursday. So we used to do Shakespeare when I had everybody homeschooling, and they would create a play, and it was always so terrible and so awesome at the same time. Our favorite scene of all is Porter fights himself, and I can't remember which play it is, but he'll film from this way, and then he'd flip his collar and film from this way, and he chokes himself, so he's like, ha, ha. It is so bad that it's so awesome. We love to rewatch those. And I wish they would still do them, but there's just not enough people, so it's not as much fun. So anyways, we are doing writing. So even though they're doing language arts, I added just fun writing because Briggy hates writing so bad right now that I'm just trying to show him writing can be fun. So it is by Mary Peterson. She just has, so this is Wonderful Writing Projects, Spectacular Books. She has games and stuff that I bought. So this stuff I just I bought it slowly over the years, so I didn't have to buy. I bought some of this stuff, but a lot of it, well, halvesies, I guess, that I had to buy. But these ones I've had for a long time. So she's teachertreasures.com. Yoink. And I have a bunch of her games. So we just do simple little writing things each time, and they're always just fun. And so that it's not, we don't check grammar, we don't check spelling, we create our writing, whatever we're creating, and then we share it with everybody. So my whole goal is to show Briggy that writing can be fun and that we don't have to get all worked up over it. So anyways, that's what we'll be doing as our group subjects this term.